big ones there, but the whole bank is impacted with these huge rocks, and they're sitting right on bedrock. And underneath them is really nice coarse gravel material with some smaller sand in it, and it just seemed to be a good spot, so that's where we decided to test here. And you can see here, that's the bedrock that was underneath the big rocks, and she's gathering some of the dirt off the top to start her. Where she started the hole, it didn't look like anything in particular. You can see looking upstream here, she was back up in under those trees. That kept our interest up. This is kind of the middle of the process. We found this was incredible between two of us, and there's our two picker nuggets. Because we did so well test panning in this area, we decided to bring in the dredge, which is a little 3-inch dredge, and do a settling pond below the dredge there, so we could catch the turbidity. If you look, we're right under past the drip edge. She's actually working the place where she was panning, and it set up really well. I mean, we had good water here, and she's still moving some big rocks. This is before she broke her wrist, so she can use 2 hands here. You see her using a spray bar to wash off all the gold that is on the rocks and to cut into some of the clay in the bank. This is actually on a schist layer in places. It's up against granite and schist. The motor's sitting up on the bank on its adjustable legs, and we're not too far away. I believe that's only like a 20-foot hose, so we're pretty close, and lift wasn't a problem for us. And we split our hose right here, and one goes to suction on the blue hose, and the other red hose is for the spray bar. We lose a little bit of suction that way, but not much. I mean, it keeps going and does a really good job. And the water stayed clear enough where we didn't need a screen on the intake of the foot valve other than one that comes from Keene. So everything worked just like clockwork. I mean, it was just amazing how good this was to work. The bedrock that she's pointing to here, and this is almost a schist, but not quite. It's just cracks in the bedrock just coming across all the way. And the best way to get that out is like she was doing with the spray bar, and just spraying right across all those riffles, and it'll blow out the gold and suck it up with the nozzle. And as you can see in the settling pond here, we're doing a release on the lower end, so we're getting somewhat clearer water coming out, still going downstream, so we're not damming up the stream. We're just settling the solids out of the water before it gets downstream. And you can tell how much clearer that water is coming out than it was in the pond itself. And that's the point of doing that. It's not a dam, it's a settling pond. Everything about this spot was just perfect for the gold. I wish it would have been a little bit more than what we did get. And I'll show you here at the end some of the gold we did get out of here. It pays to pan, to test pan. Here's the picture of the gold. It was good color. There's a couple nice little pieces in there that you know, makes you feel good about what you've done for a day, or for quite a few hours anyhow. And you can see by the size of the dime, these aren't little bitty flecks. They're nice little pieces. So the previous three clips are the same area, but the miners didn't fill their holes after they left the site, so they left open holes that get reclaimed later. As you can see here, I'm down in the creek now. They did a real fine job of filling most of this, and we took down just a little bit of the
edge of the bank on this side, but it was filled in pretty good. Forest Fairies did a good job. We know this wasn't a club member that did this, because they wouldn't have left their holes. But yeah, for the most part it was good, except over here by this tree and this bank over here. We had to do a little bit more here, fill in around the roots and trim this bank back here. And for the most part that's pretty good, because the creek will do the rest of the next flood. But so this side's good. So as you've seen from the previous video or picture, this is what it looked like when we got here, and this is what we did. We've actually taken the top edge of the bank down, filled in with rocks and shrubs and brush and whatnot. So now this whole end is filled all the way and reclaimed. I think the Forest Service would be happy. Looks pretty good to me. I think they would say the same. At least an attempt was made on both sides. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe.